Hello everybody. Let me know if you can hear me okay. We just stopped. I was hungry. We stopped for me to get something to eat. It's like we got one or two people. So we just get back on the road. We had to stop at the store. I've got Melinda here next to me. She's helping me make the live work. Raven is in the back seat. Since she's going to be showing, I want her to be on the video so she can answer any questions or talk, and Allison's on the other side. So if you got any questions, anything you want to ask, we're on the way to the show in West Monroe, and I have Raven's horse Bug in the trailer behind us, and Hank's owner is bringing him in a different trailer. We left about 8 o'clock our time this morning, and we got about a 5.5 or 6 hour drive to the show. For us, that's a long show. A lot of places that's about typical, but we have a lot of shows in our area that's not all that far. So this is actually a pretty far show. This is a National Rein Cow Horse Association show put on by what's the name of it? The club, Raven?
NRHA.
No, the local club, Southeast Stock Horse,
Yeah,
or
that's it.
Ranch Horse. No, what is it? Southeast Rein Cow Horse Alliance. That's it. So if any of you that's watching shows, put it in the comments. Tell me what you show in. Do you show in English or Western or Ranch or Reining or Cow Horse? Let me know what you show. And if you have any questions about us preparing for the show or going to the show or what we expected to show. Usually, most all the shows that we go to, we kind of have our favorite places to eat. It's kind of like we go to a different place to eat, and there just happens to be a horse show going on there. It's a little bit cooler this morning. Hey, Raven, speak up, please.
Someone wants to know your favorite restaurant in Monroe.
My favorite restaurant?
Monroe, yeah.
There used to be one right on the corner of the strip shopping center, and I can't remember what it was called. It was a Cajun restaurant. It was like behind Outback, if you know kind of a little bit about West Monroe. It's not there anymore. That was my favorite. I don't remember what it was called. Raven, have you showed West Monroe before?
I have not.
So Raven has not showed, so this will be her first show there. I actually have a picture hanging up in the barn of me showing Missy, and that picture was taken at a National Reining Horse Association show in West Monroe. Oh wow, Northern Ireland. Good to hear from you. Thanks for tuning in. What time is it there? Probably afternoon sometime, I would guess. It's about 80 degrees now. It's actually supposed to be a little bit cooler. I think we're only supposed to get up to 100. Only 100, yeah. We're only going to get up to 100. And the humidity is down.
That's what makes it nice.
Yeah, so it'll get up to 100 and feel like 100. The facility we're going to, the show arena, is air conditioned. So that's not too bad, but the stalls are actually really hot because there's just not a lot of airflow in the stalls. And it's kind of funny. I don't know if some of you might have shown at Ike Hamilton in West Monroe. In the warm-up pen, you have to pay attention because there's some heaters hanging down from the ceiling, and once in a while you got to duck when you go under a heater. So that's kind of funny about this place. This is a really a really nice facility. They could have done a little bit better with their warm-up area, though.
It's 3:10 in Northern Ireland. Cool and wet as usual.
3:10 in the afternoon, I'm sure. I
I
guess.
didn't know if that was
Cool and wet. We're always wet. We're never cool.
What categories are you showing in?
I'm showing in the limited open cow horse. Tell them what you're showing in, Raven.
I'm showing in youth boxing.
She's showing in youth boxing. Her horse, Bug, I think you've probably seen Bug in some of the videos. She's a 4-year-old mare that Raven has done most of the training with herself. She's done a really good job. And she's actually sitting pretty good shape with the Stock Horse Association and Junior Horse. This is really Bug's first year showing any kind of serious. She's doing good. I'm showing Hank. The plan with him is to show at the NRCHA Celebration of Champions in February, and I've got him qualified, which it's not too hard to qualify. But this is a pretty good show. It's a pretty good size show, good competition. So we're going to see just where we're at with the other competition.
This is, who's the other gal and horse? What does she show in? And does the horse stay with you for training and tuning?
So the Raven is the other one showing. She's showing in youth boxing, and she rides with me all the time. And it's kind of funny. I make a joke that if I get in a wreck and get put in the hospital, it's Raven that's going to keep everything going at the barn. She knows all about all the horses and what they need and what to do, and she's kind of my right hand taking care of everybody. And this is my wife Allison over on the other side. I don't think y'all have seen her yet in any of the videos.
Here's a question. Hi, I've shown quarter horse always, and I'd like to do ranch horse now. I have a 5-year-old mare I've had all her life. My question is, she's grown to 16.1. Is that too big to do ranch horse?
16.1 is not too big to do ranch horse, especially at the quarter horse shows. Most of them at quarter horse shows are a little bit bigger. Now, if you go to some of the ranch association shows or the stock horse shows, they're usually a little smaller there because they're a little bit heavier cow bred. Usually those shows have more cattle classes to go with them, where the quarter horse shows don't, and that's why you see the little bit different sizes and different judges, and it's kind of a little bit different type of horse. So 16.1 is not too big, and work on it, practice, and go have fun. She should do fine.
How many horses are you bringing all together?
So we're bringing 3 all together. We have Hank and Bug that me and Raven is showing, and we have one more horse in the other trailer, Lucy, so that Hank's owner can walk around on her, just to have something to walk around on. Okay. Lucy has been shown all her life. She's 24, has been shown a lot, and still loves going to shows. So you can tell when you get her out, she just really enjoys it. So it's just kind of an outing for her. She's not going to be shown, just kind of get her out and let her enjoy being out.
Here's a question for Raven. I'm curious to know if Raven still gets nervous about shows. Is there any maneuver she's anxious about? Anything with Bug that isn't 100% on?
Kind of lean forward, speak up.
Yeah, so they can hear you. Yes. I'm curious to know if Raven still gets nervous about shows. Is there any maneuver she's anxious about? Anything Bug isn't 100% on?
Yes, I still do get anxious, and it's something that I'm still working on. It's not as bad as it was, but the flying lead change is where I'm anxious about, and I know that she can get it. That's one maneuver that she's very natural at, and I'm still kind of working on it with her just a little bit.
Good.
Yeah, and Raven has done a really good job with Bug. She's done most all of her training herself. I'll help her a little bit here and there and kind of keep them on track. But she's done all the rides. She's a really good rider. And Bug isn't before. And it's kind of funny. I was thinking the other day, Hank was 4. When Hank was 4, I was still trying to not have him run off with me in a reining pattern. I was just trying to get through a pattern and survive. And she's taking Bug and riding patterns and doing really good. So she's got a good start.
Somebody is in Arizona. Let me find the question. She was wanting to know how to find tuck shows in her area.
So pretty much any show association. There's the ones, American Quarter Horse Association. All the breeds have their own websites, the breed associations. And then there's breed associations, and then there's performance associations. Like this show we're going to is the National Rein Cow Horse Association. That is basically any breed can show there for this particular event. And all kind of associations. There's really good, more local associations. American Ranch Horse Association is a really good place to start before getting up into some of the bigger stuff. And we are in the middle of nowhere, Mississippi. So if we lose the signal, I apologize. Hopefully we'll pick it back up. We are in between Loosedale and Wiggins. So if you're familiar with this area, Highway 26 driving through National Forest. So there's not a real good signal. Hopefully we can save it. Once we get to Highway 49 in Wiggins, we should have a good signal there.
I lost internet, so I can't see any questions.
So see if you can tell her off my phone. Cutting. Yeah, I apologize for cutting in and out. Hopefully we'll get a better signal here soon.
Do you remember the password?
There it is. Anything you want to say, Raven? Oh, I kind of cornered Raven up. I said, "Look, come ride with me." She's like me. She's really naturally quiet. I am too. I've had to learn to talk. Usually at the end of a video day, when Melinda videos for me and I'm talking, and I'll get done with the video and I'll tell her I've used up all my words for the day.
Someone wants to know if this is Allison's first show outing since her stroke a year ago, and are you excited?
No, actually, Allison went with us to Tennessee to the Mustang show there, and Allison show secretary for National Reining Horse Association all over the country before her stroke, and it's good. She really enjoys getting out and talking to a lot of the people that she knows before. And this show that we're going to, some friends of ours that used to run the Missouri Reining Horse Association are going to be at this show. So looking forward to seeing them. Haven't seen them in a long time. Anybody that shows a lot, and I don't know about all the associations, but I know with us, all the people that you meet in all the shows, they kind of become like family, and you end up with friends all over the country and enjoy seeing them when you go to a show and go out and eat together, and it's really enjoyable. It really don't matter if it's people that you're competing against or not. Everybody wants to win, but everybody is friends. I know I've gone to shows and forgot stuff, and I can go to anybody at the show and ask to borrow it. They're happy to let you borrow it, and borrow it and show against them and give it back when done. That's just, these type of shows are like that. It's a lot different. If you've shown quarter horse shows, this is a lot different atmosphere than quarter horse shows. I don't know. I think any show that has cows makes people more humble, because it just seems like you get a little bit too cocky. A cow will bring you back to earth.
Someone says, I recall Allison used to be very involved with horses. For Allison, how do you stay busy while Tim and Raven are tacking up and warming up the horses? And do you help brush, spray, etc.?
What? I'm sorry.
Do you help brush and get horses ready? And how do you stay busy at a show?
No, I don't. I just watch.
She just watches. That's pretty much it. She comes and watches, and she does talk to some of the people that she used to know, but she just comes for the ride.
Cattle humility.
Cattle, well, yeah, definitely anybody that shows cattle class, and we're planning on a video, and Melinda's for me, and we'll get them posted up after the show. I'll see somebody walking the side of the road. I'll have a video up Saturday or Sunday. We really need to swing, and yeah, I will be showing in chaps, and my chaps fixed, and it's funny. You can fix pretty much anything with hay stringing up too, so I'm ready. And this National Rein Cowers Association chaps are required to show with chaps and Rommel reins. And the chaps are just kind of a traditional thing. The Rommel rein is kind of a safety thing, so you don't drop a split rein when you're working it down. It was like to drop a split rein, run it off. Hopefully our signal would be better coming into school too.
Someone said it's love things and a chance to be useful.
Yeah, Liz a pretty unique horse. I've known her practically her whole life. She's 24 now. At one point, she was at a show. This has been many years ago, probably close to 10 years ago. She was at a show where she had the halter on and was tied in the stall, and the door was open, and the owner was going in and out, brushing her and saddling her. And kind of a freak thing, the door came closed and kind of pinched her on the bridge of her nose and actually severed the nerves that let her nostrils flare when she breathes. And that happened at this facility that we're going to now. And I saw it happen, and it wasn't even like pinched it hard or anything. But she had to have about a year off. That nerve grew back and regenerated, and there's no effects anymore. But at one time, I pulled up Lucy's show record, and she was shown over 200 times with just the National Reining Horse Association. And that doesn't count any of the open shows. She won like state titles 3 or 4 years in a row here in Mississippi. Won a whole bunch with the Southeast Stock Horse Association. And so she's had a really good show career, and she loves showing. And it's kind of funny, the first time she was ever shown, she was trained by Tim Laws. I don't know if any of you are in Arkansas know Tim Laws, but she was trained by him. And Tim Laws' daddy owned Lucy's mama, Lucy's daddy, and he owned the whole line. And the first show that Tim showed Lucy at, he couldn't even hardly keep her in the arena. So Tim got off, handed the horse back to her dad, and I think she was 3 at the time, and said, go trail ride her. So they trail rode her for a year in the mountains in Arkansas, and came back a year later, and she ain't looked back since. She's been a really good horse ever since.
Are most of your show horses owned by someone other than you?
Yeah, most of my show horses are owned by somebody other than me. They every time I get one that belongs to me, I end up not riding it because I'm riding the paying horses. And it's kind of funny right now. Mac is mine, and I've had to work out a deal with Raven to train Mac for me. So hopefully we'll have Mac in the show pen here pretty soon. Got a lot of training on him, but he still needs to be finished. Raven's going to finish him for me.
This person said, "Good luck at the show. I'm in Argentina. Can you explain bossing?"
So the way the cow works, you go in the arena and you have to do a reining pattern, really similar with like a standard reining pattern, and then they'll turn a cow loose in the arena on like the short end of the arena, and you have to work that cow back and forth, kind of push it towards one corner, stop it, push it towards the other corner and stop it, to demonstrate that you can control that cow, make it move, make it stop on the end of the arena. And that's kind of the entry level of cow work, and that's what boxing is. And then the next step up from that is what they call box drive, and what that is you box it back and forth on the end like that, drive it to the other end of the arena, and then box it on the other end. And that's the next level, and that is actually the level that Raven has been showing Bug and doing really well in that level. But this show she's going to do just boxing, and I'm showing in the open, which the way the open is, you box on the end, run it down the long wall, and you have to do 2 turns on the long wall, once each direction. Your first turn has to be in a certain area, and then you take the cow out into the middle of the arena and circle it once each direction. And that's what I'll be showing in the open. So we're on Highway 49, headed north now, just come out of Wiggins, headed towards Hattiesburg. We've got 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Probably get there about 2 o'clock, something like that. Hopefully we didn't get anything. We'll find out eventually.
They sent a tractor supply right there.
Yeah, that's a tractor supply close. I don't think there's anything that you can forget that I have not forgot at some point. I've had to go borrow saddle pads and bridles and all kind of stuff. You think you got it, and you get there and you don't have it. So I'll show tomorrow morning. I'm in the first class tomorrow morning. Raven will show tomorrow afternoon, and then I'll show again Saturday morning in the first class, and then we'll come back Saturday afternoon. Comment come up. I was trying to read that comment, but I can't read it. Can't read that and watch the road at the same time.
Do longer road trips affect the horses?
Do longer road trips affect the horses? Not really. These horses are used to being hauled. They're used to going someplace. That's just part of life for them. And I think a lot of them actually enjoy it and look forward to it. Normally we try to get there the day before the show. We'll ride this afternoon. How you drive has a lot to do with it. If you're swerving all over the place, or accelerating hard, or stopping hard, the horse will be more fatigued when they get there. Or if the horse is really out of shape to begin with, the horse will be more fatigued. But these horses, they're used to being hauled, they're used to being rode. It's just part of life for them. It's not a big deal. A lot of people worry way more about hauling horses than what the horse really worries.
This person says, "I always enjoyed the camaraderie at the NCHC shows. Good thing we usually get along, as the other competitors are usually the arena help. Pros were super helpful and even helped us Amis pick cows."
Yeah, that's how it works at these shows that we go to. Everybody gets along great. Anybody will help you. The pros will help amateurs. Everybody gets along good, and it's really good atmosphere. And it's a really good atmosphere to raise kids in. All the kids that go, Raven's friends with all the ones that she shows in youth. And, yeah, everybody wants to win, but everybody learns good life lessons about how to win and how to lose and still be friends. It's just a good atmosphere.
This one says, I love seeing your show videos and would love to see Raven's show also.
You gonna let us post a video of you showing Raven?
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, I guess. We'll post her video too. I had my truck here. It's a 2015 Ram 1500. It's got 223,700 miles on it. So I guess I'm going to have to look for another truck here at some point. I had to change the radiator last week. When you travel this much to shows, you put a lot of miles on a vehicle. The truck I had before this one was a 2005 GMC 2500. Probably the best truck I ever owned. It had just under 400,000 miles on it when I turned it in. Raven's mom was following us in their truck. Raven's getting a little bit of a break, me telling her I wanted her on the video because they've got a new puppy, and the puppy is just learning how to travel. So Raven's mom is dealing with that in the truck behind us. Raven got a new puppy. It's Raven's puppy. Ain't that right?
Yeah.
Hopefully she's learning how to travel.
Hopefully she's learning how to travel, yeah. I think they gave her something to help settle her stomach. I'm not sure how good it's working. Hopefully it's working. Yesterday was our bathing day. We got the horses bathed. We didn't ride yesterday, so we'll ride this evening. I like to get there and ride the night before in the arena that we're going to show in. Hank was a handful when he was younger, and I still have some things that I kind of make some concessions about. I know you see him in the videos and how good he does. About the first year that I showed him, it was just trying to not let him run off with me. He actually gets scared really easy, and if he'll see something in the arena that scares him, it takes him a while to get over it. So I like to ride him in the arena the night before. Melissa, Raven's horse Bug, she don't care. Raven's got hers so broke that she'll go anywhere, do anything for her.
You bring your water or have some other trick to keep the horses drinking? Some don't drink strange water very well.
So what we do, one thing, because we haul so much, our horses are over that. It's not a big deal. The horses that we're bringing, they've been hauled to so many shows, they're going to drink whatever walks in front of them. But when we have a horse that's not been hauled a lot, we just give them mineral salt. And that'll get them started drinking. And once they start, it's pretty much a non-issue. Usually when you have a horse that's picky about water, they just got to haul them more. It's not really that big a deal. It's just like anything else. The horse gets used to being different places. And I've actually shown Hank in this arena that we're going in, and I would be willing to bet that he's going to remember that arena. They don't forget anything. And the water thing is really just a non-issue. Now, like if the horse hasn't been hauled a lot, or hasn't been shown a lot, then you got to kind of do something. Don't just give mineral salt. It's not a big deal. sometimes you'll have a young horse that'll have a little bit of upset stomach, a little bit of diarrhea, and what I do with them is I give them just regular over-the-counter Maalox, and that generally settles their stomach just fine. It seems like they like the grape best. So I keep, in our travel bag, I keep grape Maalox for the horses.
What is your method for cleaning sweat, dirt, saddle pads that are wool? We have 5-star.
So one of the things about my saddle pads, I don't buy expensive saddle pads. Most of my saddle pads are $50, $75, and when they get dirty, I throw them away. Because of the exact reason you're talking about. If you spend $250 on a expensive saddle pad, you're going to want to use it past when you really shouldn't use it anymore. So I buy cheaper pads, and when they get bad, I throw them away. When I don't believe, if your saddle fits correctly, I don't believe there's any reason for an expensive saddle pad. Now, like Hank, we ride him in a wand pad, a half-inch wand pad, and we'll put a show pad over that, a show Navajo pad over it to show, but we just ride him in a half-inch wand pad, and that's what he likes. Most horses don't really care for that against their skin, but you can pressure wash it. I used to do that, and it'll get them clean, but it seems to break down the wool and felt. So I just don't buy expensive pads. Not a very good thing to say if I was wanting to get a saddle pad sponsor. There's like nobody hardly on the highway. I see 1, 2, 3 cars and 4 cars.
There isn't much traffic at all.
I'm surprised. I guess because it's Thursday morning. We'll come up to Brooklyn, Mississippi. Yeah, we are in the Pine Belt. It is tough on my allergies. It's kind of interesting. I'm kind of a history buff. Most of these pine trees that we have here in the Pine Belt are not the pine trees that were originally here when this area was settled. It's a different type of pine tree, and because it's a different type of tree, all the undergrowth is different. I've seen pictures of the virgin pines being cut in the 1800s, and there were just huge, massive trees, a different type of tree.
Question for tails. Do you unbraid them when you get there, or let them hang a couple of days before for a show?
So about tails, Raven is the tail expert. What do we do with tails, Raven?
Before we show, we take them out.
I have to talk loud.
Speak up a little bit.
We leave them in during the night, but before we show, we take them all out.
So we'll leave them in at night. Raven is my grooming expert. If anything looks good, it's because she did it. If it don't look good, it's because I did it.
Do you hang hay bags while you're traveling on those long rides?
So we got a hay bag for Bug in here. It really depends on the horse. Some horses will eat hay, some horses won't eat hay, how long the ride is. I'm not a huge fan of hay bags because the horses get their feet caught in it, but we got 5.5, 6 hour drives, so they need to eat a little bit of something.
Someone commented logging industry. I think that was for the area we were going.
Yeah, this used to be big logging. International Paper Company used to be really big here. This whole area originally started out exporting creosote and other stuff that they would get out of the pine trees. It's been pretty interesting.
Dusty said he just got in late. Talk about your traveling, how often you stop, they have hay in front of them, etc.
Yeah. Kind of Dusty hauls for a living, so he's really got it down to a science. And the horses that I'm hauling, I know are used to being hauled, and I know what they're used to. So if you have a horse that's not hauled regularly, you might do something a little bit different. But our horses, when we stop, like to get something to eat, we usually go in and sit down. I got a tiny bladder, so I got to stop and pee every hour or so. So we do stop a lot. And usually we'll give a horse probably a 20 or 30 minute rest every 3 or 4 hours, something like that. But our horses are used to being traveled, used to being hauled.
Do you do water stops in this heat?
I typically don't do many water stops just because I know the horses drink before I put them in the trailer. I know they're going to drink when I get them out of the trailer. And I've tried to offer them water, and I know I just typically don't drink it. So I don't normally offer them water in between. If I was hauling 10 or 12 hours, I would have to. But 5 or 6 hours like we're hauling today is not that big a deal. They're not going to be sweating in the trailer, so they'll be fine for that amount of time.
Roger says best of luck, stay safe, and see you next week.
Thanks, Roger.
How do you keep the birds out of your arena? In Iowa, they would be always flying in and out, and if possible, nesting.
Yeah, as far as keeping the birds out of the arena, the cats do a pretty good job of that. So I don't really have to worry too much about it. They'll fly through the arena. It's really not that big a deal. If they get too close to one of the cats, the cat will get it. I posted a video a while back of the cat stalking and catching the dragonfly. So the cats pretty much take care of that. Although we did see 2 rats the other morning, so the cats aren't doing too good of a job. They're going to have to tighten up.
This is a schooling show or a complete art show?
This is a complete art show. We're going to see where we're at. I want to see where we're standing as far as in competition for the World Finals in February. And same with Raven. She's wanting to go to the finals too. So we're going to see where we're at. See what we need to come home and work on. I'm sure there'll be something. There's always something. The way our weather has been, it's really been hard to work cows in the big arena. I expect that to be our low area, our weak area. So we'll see. Whatever it is, it is.
Raven qualified for Worlds yet?
You qualified for Worlds yet? Have you shown the 3 judges?
No, not yet. This will be the first judge I'm here.
Okay, so this is her first show getting qualified. So the way this works with National Range Cow Association, it's pretty easy to qualify. You pretty much have to show the 3 judges and beat one person at one of the 3 judges. So this is her first one of the year, and I guess Andalusia will be where she gets her 3rd one. Well, when is that show? Is that October? November. So we got the Andalusia Cow Horse Show in November. Yeah, we've got. What's our show schedule? Tell them what our schedule is coming up.
In November, in Illusion, Alabama, for Southern Red Cow Horse, the 8th through the 10th in November. Then
That's a cow show. Then we got Louisiana Stock Horse. When is that?
we have September 14th for Lash,
Lash is Louisiana Stock Horse, yeah.
October 5th, Lash, October 26th, Lash, November 23rd and 24th is Lash Finals.
So we've got what, 4 more Louisiana Stock Horse shows?
Yes.
We're going to be on the road a lot. And the way those shows work, the Louisiana Stock Horse, the events are reining, working cow horse, cutting, ranch riding, and ranch trail. That's the events that they have there. It's kind of a smaller association, really great place to get young horses started showing, really good place to get riders started showing. And the difference between like there and this National Rank Cow Horse show we're going to, the show we're going to this weekend, you go in the arena, do your rein work, and then you immediately do the cow work without leaving the arena. At the stock horse shows, it's 2 separate events. It don't sound like that big a deal, but it really is. The horse has to be fit enough to do both and able to do both, and it kind of you yourself have to be kind of mentally prepared to do both.
3 different judges, or will 3 shows count if it's with the same judge? If some of the same judges?
They do count if it's some of the same judges. You have to show 3 times. Like this show we're going to, I'll show Friday and I'll show Saturday. I assume, well, no, it's going to be different judges. So I'll probably have one judge Friday and a different one Saturday. But when it is the same judge, better get off here, that's right, Mom. When it is the same judge, it still counts.
Any glaring holes with the horses besides not being able to work cows lately?
You got any glaring holes besides not being able to work out lately?
Probably not.
She don't think so. I don't think so either. I think we're pretty prepared.
Is there anything in particular that you are looking for with a particular horse during the show? Something that you've been practicing?
I'm sorry. What was
That's
the-
okay. Is there anything in particular that you're looking for with a particular horse during the show? Something that you've been practicing?
Is there anything in particular I'm looking for? Not really. We just gotta show and compete and see where our weak areas are. They had to stop for the dog to get out.
Does she have a leash?
They should.
Do you work cutting horses often?
I don't work cutting horses often. Cutting and cow horse is really very different. Working cow horse, like we primarily show, is more of an offensive event. We want to put that cow in a place. We're going to push the cow somewhere and we'll stop it. Push him somewhere else and stop it. Where cutting is more of a defensive maneuver. You're kind of standing in the cow's way and not letting the cow get back to the group, get back to where he wants to go. So it's actually a lot different type of horse, a lot different type of training. At the aged event shows, the futurities, the derbies, the horses will do both, but it's generally a lot different type of cow. And a cow horse, you want that horse to show a lot of expression towards the cow. And a cutting horse, you want the horse to show less expression towards the cow. So it's really, even though it sounds similar, it's a pretty different event.
Is there a horse or a couple horses coming to the show that are huge winners?
I don't know as far as other horses that's coming to the show. Probably most shows they're pretty big winning horses. I think, I'm not sure how much I've won on Hank. I probably won around 5,000 on Hank, something like that. So I'm sure there'll be bigger winners at the show. I think we're probably at a good place to stop the live for today, and I appreciate everybody for tuning in and participating and asking questions. And we'll get the show, our classes videoed, get it uploaded so you can see how we do. Until next time, thank you for watching.
I always forget how to do that.
You can go help your mom.